Afternoon, April 28th, 1:21 UTC time. Yeah, it's kind of gloomy, bit rainy today in the UK. It's all good. It will water my garden, my landscaping efforts. So it's actually appreciated. Saves me some work. So not too bad. Yeah, I just thought I'd come on StreamYard because let me see now. I'm banned from Twitter. Got a strike from YouTube today. So 1 strike, 2 strike, and 3 strikes you're out. And TradingView also gave me a warning. So I don't know how many strikes they're going to give till I'm going to be banned from TradingView as well. So the walls are closing in. And so far, only public platform that hasn't, censored me or given me warnings is Medium. So I'm gonna pop on Medium in a minute and just maybe like read out a story or check the stats. I haven't kept up on it, to be honest. After the first 6-7 weeks, put about 10-12 articles out, I believe. I don't know, maybe more. But yeah, writing takes a long time. Yeah, so it's but it seems to be, if the words are out there, they kind of live forever, right? So maybe we'll go back to my very first blog post and give it a read and see if it still makes sense, or maybe we can edit it live. Yeah, I've got the hex chart up. Let me see if I blow it up. Let me see if I can blow it up. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. And let me just click on it so I can see it too. And where are we at? Where are we at indeed? We're still in our channels. It's not going to escape our channels until we pop up, right? Until we pop up. And so I guess a little bit more weakness overnight. A little bit more weakness. I think it came down to 1.4. What did it come down to? Candles. Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's see. What did we do last night? So there's your double bottom, right? Yeah. So yesterday's low, 0.134. Okay. And today's low is 0.1329. So lower. So that's what we got. Oh no, actually, I confused myself there. So the whitey cream candles are downward moves on the HEXICANs, and the purples are up. So we're up today. Are we up today? Yeah, we're up 4%. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what the mood is on Twitter, if it's doom and despair, because we are, look, we are underneath the tops, top. So we came down below, well, before we were kind of testing from above, right? But look where it came into this lower boundary of this channel. So we've got 3 channels, 1, 2, and 3. And with the lower boundary or number 2, and these channels are upward sloping. So if you keep doing that, tag, you're still gonna make money, right? And we're getting paid. So it's all good. Line chart. There we go. Cleaner. I like to clean things up for you guys and for myself. Let's look at MOMP's structure. So this downward move, downdraft, not really crazy, was it? It's not like giant candles over here, boom, right? It's just been a general downdraft. And I think I mentioned before, 2 weeks is kind of our general time length. So March 29th, March 28th, 27th. What are you today? April 28th. It's been a long one. It's month long. Month of pain and misery to be HEXICANs. Is that correct? No. Oh, okay. Yeah. I knew that was wrong. So in terms of the price, we're down for like 3 weeks, right? But if we take a look, how violent was it? How deep of the push down was it? This was violent. This was a slap down that went from here down to here in relatively short order, a week. But yeah, so that's your high. You had some divergence, and then it went red. April 10th. April 10th. Let's have a look. April 10th. Yeah, look at that. You had that crazy doji candle, right? So that caused the momentum to like say, hey, we're done. Right there, that candle, right? Boom. Okay. It's good to know. And I think a lot of this now is maybe instead of FOMO for Pulse, it was confusion of Pulse because we don't know what's going on, really. I'm not in the loop. Kind of read out that website yesterday, which was pretty helpful, but that was like, that hasn't been updated in 2 weeks, right? So we're still waiting news, and that could be sending people out to the sidelines. Not everyone is on Twitter, right? Not everyone is in the Telegram, and not everyone is on YouTube. So maybe just they thought it could be reason to just kind of de-risk. And obviously this is altcoin frenzy season. I think I've been saying now that this is going to be the greatest altcoin season ever, right? You got some big targets I've been posting on TradingView and YouTube. Big targets. It's the millionaire making season if you got a few hundred grand. And look at Bitcoin up. Ethereum. Wow, 27.19. Shall I pull up the Ethereum chart or just keep it hex based? Yeah, let's keep it hex based. Here's what I can do. Hex BTC. Yeah, let's look at my old chart. And should we get rid of this indicator? Yeah. Boom. He's gone. Boom, boom, boom. And what is it telling us? Why did I draw this line? Oh, I drew that line because it was significant. Yeah, there's a reason to draw the line. I'm not that crazy, even though everyone seemed to be deplatforming me. I'm not that crazy. So yeah, back to that censorship issue. It's kind of worrying, right? They get you used to airing your voice, right? Like YouTube for first 10, 12 years was pretty free and open. Then they went through the de-advertising program where people managed to get out the rat race onto YouTube, make a living out of YouTube, and then they took away the funding, the advertising, and so that was a shock. And now the censorship of got, like I said before, if they took down the president, anyone is fair game. So that's the new world we're living in. You got they want you to not speak freely without thinking. They want you to kind of watch your words. If you watch your words, then whose words are they? Right? Because I like to be able to cuss and swear because that's how I normally speak. That's how normal people speak, right? And I'm not too sure what StreamYard rules are of engagement, so I'm not going to swear in this because why another platform give me a telling off, or should I just cuss and swear like a sailor? How does Captain RG3 get away with it? I don't know. Maybe he's connected man these days. Yeah, look. So some people may do head and shoulders and etc. But let's throw an indicator on there. Slow stoke. Ain't too bad. I mean, it's coming down, but you give it a few days, it should bottom and start coming up. Hopefully, you gotta say hopefully, depending on how strong Bitcoin is and if Hex can keep up, right? If Hex can just keep up and then slightly outperform, then you'll see the rise in Hex versus the BTC, the God coin, as Sailor is now memeing. Yeah, good on him. I still haven't seen most of that interview with Frank Guresta, but I saw a few clips here and there. Yeah, Frank was really out of his depth. He started off really well. Like the opening 5 minutes response was, as a skilled debater, he did pretty good. But then Sailor just started throwing some more bombs at him, and like real truth bombs about like how gold is a violent monetary base. And it's true, gold is pretty violent in terms of, the old rule is he who has the gold makes all the rules, right? So people over the civilization over the years has fought for gold, and even up to modern day, World War II, to see where the gold went from and went to, right? Well, pre-World War II, all that stuff. It's all true. And yeah, so Frank, I was like not getting bamboozled. It was just, it's really hard to defend gold against Bitcoin. It really is. And I think maybe by the end, you will see Guresta become a Bitcoiner. That's my prediction. Because he's a smart man, right? And I don't think he's actively on any gold board at the moment. I think his last appointment was ended in 2019. So he's a free man to do whatever he wants with his money. Imagine if Frank comes on board the Cyber Hornet train. Okay, too much Bitcoin talk for you, Hexicans. I'm sorry. I get told off by you Hexicans with mentioning Bitcoin, which is a strange one because Richard Hart is an OG Bitcoiner, right? The whole crypto space is built on the fact of Bitcoin succeeding, getting from $0 to $100,000. So we need to pay respect to the hard work a lot of guys did, right? Guys like Trace Meyer, for a number of years. How many years? 8 years solid, just espousing the benefit of using Bitcoin as a tool to own your own money. And I think new people coming in seem to not want to give credit where credit is needed to be given, right? You can like other stuff as well as Hex. And this is from a guy who's 99% invested in Hex. It's important to know the history of everything and also the history of crypto, right? The people involved, the memes and stories that have been told up to this point. I think one of the best ones, documentaries series, is Max and Stacy's To the Moon. I think it's 10 parts. It's like half an hour, 25 minutes each episode. I saw all of that maybe a couple of years ago. It's brilliant. Really, really good. So yeah, you can invest in an afternoon in really understanding the entire history of Bitcoin and crypto, right? Well worth it. Well worth it. Even if you're a Hexican, well worth putting that time in. HEXWEF. We are embedded on the slow stokes here. That's why you can see the continued slide. I need to make this bigger, right? So anytime the slow stokes is 3 days undersold or oversold and it just goes sideways, that's a locked in trend. So which is correct because ETH is going ballistic, right? It's heading on to 3,000, which I called for a while back. Not a while back, a few weeks ago. A lot of dotted lines. Do I need to have dotted lines here? Maybe make it it's too narrow. That's better. And let's just clean this up. Oh, there you go. Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work? This is not good viewing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I remember I drew this diagonal line. Amazingly, it's respected it, because I think I drew it when it was still up here. I was kind of predicting, we're away from this action. What is behind us? But nope, we just decided to come back down, and hopefully this will be the final test. Because look at the logical place to really just say, okay, we've had enough. It's time to outperform, right? And Hex can outperform Ethereum. We've done it. 1, 2, a little bit there, and then 3. We're going to 5 cents. End of May. Do you believe me? Do you believe me? A triple. Can Hex do a triple in a month? Oh yes, it's already done that. It went from 0.8 to 2.4. Right, so you can. Will it make my deadline of Memorial Day? Will it hit the day after? Probably. Knowing my luck. Knowing my luck. Okay. And any Hex other comparisons? Gold. Beating gold, right? Got a potential flag. There's your pole. There's your flag. Boom. Hex should have outperformed gold, right? Oh, this is pretty good stuff. Like the action getting into this, because I believe I drew this broadening channel. Well, Hex was still around here, so it's great to see it go back into it. Oh no, yeah, I think so. So yeah, that's your 1000% move. That's a 10x from September 18 to 22, 2020. In 7 months, it did 10,000x against silver. And I'm calling for another 10,000x against silver. And even if silver takes off, that would be amazing, right? Amazing. When will it do it? I don't know. But maybe that 5 cent play gets us up here somewhere, right? That'd be great. This is ETH on the opposite view. So if you guys don't know, you can plot anything against anything. Anything could be your base currency or your numeraire, anything. It doesn't have to be USD. USD is a bad measurement for most things, right? If you're trying to compare a crypto, what you're comparing against a fiat currency. Doesn't make sense, right? I mean, the trouble is you can't compare Bitcoin to anything else. Apart from, well, you can. You would compare Bitcoin to what? BTC Gold. Do you want me to do it? Okay. There's some Hexican's gonna hate me. Bring up Godcoin. But you need to know how to cross compare. Still Presidente's bomb. Okay, so gold is the numeraire, right? Gold is the numeraire. So COVID crash. Bitcoin bottom. Yeah. Okay. It took 5 Bitcoin to do, no. It took 5 ounces of gold. This is going funny. It took 5 ounces of gold to buy 1 Bitcoin 2.5 years ago. It takes 30 ounces of gold to buy 1 Bitcoin now. Yeah. So how can Frank Grester defend this metal commodity money against the network money with triple entry bookkeeping on a distributed ledger that has nodes in space? Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Frank took on that debate. Unless, because nobody knew Frank really before the interview. Now he's world famous. I mean, he's expanded his social reach, right? And who's got the social reach? It is the Bitcoiners now. It's I bet we get to the point where now maybe 50, 60, 70, 80 million people in America have digital wallets or crypto wallets. And how many of those are voters? As these years go past, us guys in crypto will start making rules. Maybe even get into the White House, right? Imagine Michael Saylor as the president. His VP could be still presidente. 2024, isn't it? That next election. Hey, weirder things have happened. We had a real estate TV celebrity become president. Why not? A bunch of cyber hornets. Hey, you got the power to vote. If he decides to run, would you vote for Michael Saylor? Because he's going to be positive for you guys, right? Including HEXICANs, right? Unless he's a corruptible dude, but I doubt it. He could have his platform, his slogans all signed onto BTC blockchain. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can do lots of things. You can sign these his platform of electioning into the BTC blockchain, right? Immutable, date, time, and stamped. This is what I stand for, Michael Saylor, your president. And people will be able to look back at it and say, look, imagine if a president was in office and he wrote what his goals were and it was signed onto a blockchain, and then he would have to stick by his word for the next 4 years, right? See what I'm giving you? I spark my brain by talking to your brains. Hex versus silver. So that's why I'm comparing Hex versus gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, even added Litecoin over here. It's not a competition, guys. We are all in it together, even though we're tribal. We're a tribe amongst a kind of a crypto army, right? Our goals are kind of the same. Even though some of these tribes get corrupted and end up, drinking too much of the Kool-Aid, or worse, home brewed whiskey, and go off the reservation. Exactly, that's what we kick them out of the tribe, right? If they go off the reservation. How am I doing on time? Oh, Hexidente. What's up, man? How am I doing on time? No idea. It doesn't give me 20 minutes. 20 minutes in. Yeah, let's look at my Medium blog. So I haven't kept up to date on it. Let's see how many stories I've written. I think the last one was actually the Bitcoin flash crash. That's just the purple chart. That's just me shilling my reference for crypto.com. Learn to spot the coming Bitcoin top. So it's not the most recent top I'm talking about. I'm talking about a potential like 110k, 108k, 118k, something like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of changing along with Michael Saylor, because that kind of top was me thinking Saylor's going to dump, and with his homies, right? His billionaire homies, but I don't know the way he's talking. It's things. This could be a sustainable market with like corrections of like 20, 30, 40% in it, but there's potential of like huge numbers now. All right. Is anybody watching? No, just me. It's just me. That's cool. I'll take a sip of coffee. So this is my first blog article, January 5th. Might as well read it. Okay. This is the wall, Game of Thrones. This is the wall, Game of Thrones. The wall is a colossal fortification which stretches for 300 miles along the northern border of the Westeros kingdom. Look at the size of this mother. And I think that's one of the Castle Black or something. Yeah, Castle Black. The legendary wall built by Bran the Builder in GOT, Game of Thrones, as inspired by Hadrian's Wall, which stretches across northern England. It served to defend the kingdom of Westeros. I can't say Westeros. I've got a lisp. I developed a lisp. Westeros. There we go. A mighty physical barrier not penetrated for millennia. Walls work, as those behind them will testify. I immediately linked the giant structure to something a HEXICAN brought up on a YouTube stream of Discourse Syndicate. The process of designing a plan to utilize the HEX contract is daunting and intimidating. It was for me at first, for sure. It just looked weird, right? Faced with a grey screen and a dialogue box, it feels like you're exploring. There's a bit of a typo there. It feels like you're exploring a new financial frontier. And there have been some casualties already, as evidenced by the feed in the Staker app. Yes, it's still going on. What RG3 Pirate, Captain RG3, discussed and brought to air was a genuine moment of genius that many of us can use. Whether you have a large lump sum looking to put to work, young guy or gal in their 30s, finally starting to earn a decent wage, which allows you to save on a regular basis. HEX destroys the old concept of using a 401k as the main means of funding retirement. It's too late by then. Your body is 67, 68 years old. It ain't got much more to give you. It's all used up. When are you going to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Build your own financial wall of safety. For example, let's start with a 100k lump sum, or about 2 BTC. Yeah, still about 2 BTC. Staked for 10 years to maximize the share bonus. Instead of a one giant stake, let's break it down into 10 blocks of $10,000. All maturing after 10 years. After 5 years, one of these stakes could be ended if really needed, or to lock in some gains, without bringing the whole wall down and not affecting your principal of any penalties. That is true. This is smart. Maybe in year 7, you end another. You still got the majority of the shares working for you, building an ever larger wall due to the compounding interest of the HEX smart contract. Strategy 2. If you're cash poor and or new to crypto and a bit skeptical and wary, let us use the wall strategy, but in a Pareto effective way, 80-20 split. we're going to build 2 walls, one at 2 years and the other at 10 years. Let's use, that should be reversed comma. I'll still get used to how to write. I haven't written anything in years. Or probably since school, right? So yeah, ignore. Let's use a 1,000 monthly deployment of capital. Can you save $1,000 a month? I was talking about this yesterday on my Porsche 911 video at the end. Can you guys come up with $1,200 a month? And it's like, yeah, you can, depending on your salary, but you can. I mean, not going to the pubs, cutting your cable bills, your monthly subscriptions, and it adds up. How you eat. Are you going to just like do some ramen for a little while, a couple of years? You can do a bit of Arbit. How he lived for a year. Now he's living in Mexico. 1 year of just sucking it up, and now he's living the life wherever he's at. Maybe he's in Colombia now. Who knows? Stake a $800 brick into the year 2 wall and $200 into the year 10 wall. Once you have reached year 2, you would have put $18,400 worth of shares in this wall. Wow. $800 times 24. Yeah. And let us guess conservatively, upon maturation, a stack worth 100K. Will Hex 5x your capital in 2 years, plus interest, plus bonuses. Well, Hex did 779x in 2020. So yeah, that's a conservative guess. Yeah, okay. $100,000 in 2 years. Would you like to have that? This would be the time to delete all the loans from your life. Yeah. And put aside some rainy day cash in your bank, a real bank. You can now work on the year 10 wall with full commitment and a large enough time frame to build a giant Game of Thrones wall to defend against the FUD. Fear, uncertainty, doubt of an unknown financial future. Unknown financial future. But if you're implementing this, I think the 2-10-year, the 2 year and the 10-year wall, the 80-20 Pareto, I think this really kind of de-stresses saving. What do you guys think? Stake on, my friends. Stake on, Balaji. How many views did it get? Probably no one read it. No one clapped for it. Oh well, it was out there. It's still out there, and it won't be taken down. Maybe I'll take out some of or edit some of the typos. But yeah, RG3. This was last June, July, and he was talking about it, putting bricks into a wall, and I was like, what is he talking about? It took a few days for me to process. Last year, my brain was a lot slower than it is today. So Hex has sped up my brain. One of the many benefits of being a HEXICAN. Because previously, when I was in crypto, I was way more passive. It was more, even though I was actively investing, my brain was way more passive because I was thinking about stuff, and I was consuming more of other people's work. Like Andreas in the first year or two, I was watching all his videos. And I watched all the other guys, on YouTube, like Superman and Ivan on Tech and Crypto Daily. And it's, when you watch other people's content, it really does. I mean, I still get on other people's content, like Hex Streams, Hexasians and Discourse and Kinetics, because they got good ideas. They've got good, smart brains. But the guys who are, with them on a regular basis, those guys are getting smarter than you guys who are just consuming everything and not putting your ideas across. Because even just putting a tweet out forces your brain to think, right? Just get active on Twitter, even. Have you seen Hexlana? I looked up her Twitter thread the other day, or Twitter stream. She's streaming a consciousness, right? Bloody brilliant. She's gone up a few levels since when I first saw her, or met her, or whatever you want to call it. So this is really cracking me up. Yeah, it's good stuff. What screen am I showing? Oh, I'm not even sharing the same screen. Sorry about that. But let's you don't need to see the Medium blog screen. But let's get back to the charts. Let's get on to like a 15-minute chart, which is way too short. Let's do 45. And let's do area. Yeah, that's better. And that's too busy. So get rid of that. Let's do Moment Structure by Michael Wang. So yeah, low. The momentum is like petering out. And so you're going to see more green spikes in the higher zones, hopefully. So let's do 2 hours. And that will be the signal. You can see it more clearly now, right? You can see it more clearly now. Like the trend from up here, look, it's just... But now the lows from below are getting compressed. So maybe we pop up here, come back down. Pop up here, come back down, and then we've got a whiff. Oh dear. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go on and hit BTC. Yeah, look at that. Nice bounce. So it's gonna be key to see if it gets trapped by this red line. Maybe it does. But then the pressure will build from below, right? And then we'll pop up. We will claim 2 cents again, for sure. Yep. Okay, guys. 34 minutes. It's been a pleasure, as always. See ya. Bye.